Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Hey,
Good morning.
nodri, आराम से ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Don't have any inhibitions. You just sit and enjoy the class. Okay? Don't think about exam. Don't think about that, this and all. It's just physics is a wonderful subject. Let's all learn and enjoy that. Okay? Okay, fine. Maybe I am taking the first time for you. You are seeing me first time. But I have been teaching from 30 years. I teach 8, 9, 10th, 11th, 12th, PUC, IIT and all. So I am quite comfortable with the students, and you too be comfortable. Okay, I'm sure all of you have one common chapter, that is motion in one dimension. Motion in one dimension. Okay. Right. And as usual, most of the students will tell me, what they tell. Sir, we know theory, but we are not able to solve problems. Right? That is the most common thing, students say. But my contention is that what you say may not be true, because if you have really understood the theory well, right? If you have understood the subject well, then problem solving is not at all difficult. Okay, it is not at all difficult. This is my own experience. Okay, so let me just get some things right. Okay, now that you all say you are good in this theory, but difficult in solving problems. But I say, well, there might be issues with your theory itself. So shall we start with a question? All of you feel comfortable and answer. There is no competition here. Okay. My first question will be, what is motion? Yeah. Feel free and please tell the answer. This is not examination. This is not any competition. I am not testing any student. When I was of your age, I also did not know. Okay, but I was a good student. I told my teacher, I don't know, please teach. And when the teacher asked a question, I answered whatever I know correctly. And the teacher corrected me, and that's how I learned. Okay, that is precisely what all of you have to do. Okay? Keep your mic on and communicate with me as if you are sitting in the class. Okay, please keep your mic on. Did you understand what I said?
Yes, sir.
Great.
Yes, sir.
Just think that you are sitting in a classroom and aram se talk to me. Then only you will learn. Otherwise, my time and your time will be wasted. Okay, friends. Okay, now somebody tell me, what is motion?
Motion is a change in position of an object with time and with respect to its surroundings.
Excellent. Very good. Very good. Who said that? Shrikar. Well said. Very, very correctly said. So, you see, Shrikar has put it very nicely. So, he has used the concept here. What are the concept? What are the keywords that he has used here? He has used the word with respect to a reference. Correct? Did you say so? Shrikar, did you say with respect to a reference?
With respect to surroundings.
Okay. With respect to surroundings he has used. Right. Okay. Excellent. Then change in position. Correct? So he has said change in position. Excellent. Right. Then also he said with respect to time. Good, Shrikar. So you have used all the keywords here. Okay, and you have defined the concept of motion. What about others? If this question you would have answered the same way?
Yes.
Good. Very good. Okay, so now what do you mean by reference? So surrounding is fine, that's a good word, but now you see in physics, whenever you define, there are two aspects of the definition. One is there are two parts. What are the parts? Okay, one is qualitative definition, and other one is quantitative. Okay. Now, any definition, any concept that is introduced, it will have these two parts, qualitative and quantitative, because physics will only deal with quantities which are measurable. Right? See, we can measure the physical aspects of this. What are those? The length, the breadth, the height, mass, etc. All these things, its density, all those things we can measure. So they are the physical quantities. But if I say, oh, this is very beautiful, okay? If I say this is very beautiful, will you agree? Come on, tell me, will you agree? Don't keep quiet. You are all frightened of me. You don't be frightened. You say, you laugh, you giggle and say, what sir, for this you are telling beautiful. We don't consider it as beautiful. Don't you say so? Or you also consider it as beautiful?
No, sir.
Tell sir, what sir, this is not beautiful. Okay. So you see, why I and you disagree on this, it is not beautiful. But I will say the length of this is so and so centimeters. So I will say the length of this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take a scale and measure and say the length is 5 centimeters. Okay. See, on that account, see, I am going to measure this. Okay. It is 3.4 centimeters. Do you agree? The length is 3.4 centimeters.
Yes.
All of you agree or no? Say, everybody say yes or no. Not one student.
Yes,
No, all of you agree. But if I say this is beautiful, I am sure you and I will not agree to this. Why? Because you see, beauty is not a physical quantity. It is not measurable. Why it is not measurable? Why beauty is not measurable? And why only the length is measurable? Talk physics. See, you should try to express, then you will learn physics. Why you don't agree it is beauty, it is not beautiful, but why do you all agree that this length is 3.4 centimeters?
Because it has no units.
Units is something that I and you have given, isn't it? Units is something I and you have given it. Okay, but
Sir,
yes, please.
it is solid, sir. Beauty cannot be measured in solids.
Solids. So if it was liquid, then you will agree. If I look at water and say, oh, it is beautiful, will you agree? Because water is liquid. Okay, not the issue. Not the issue. See, now try and understand. You can measure if you can define a standard. Understood? If you can define a standard, then you can measure. If you cannot define a standard, then you cannot measure. Isn't it? See, for length, we have defined a standard. What is the standard? Meter. Hello? Say yes, no. See, nanage response ಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಹೇಳೋದು ನಿಮಗೆ ತಿಳಿದದೋ ಇಲ್ಲೋ ಅಂತ. So you should say, yes sir, yes sir. Like what you do in the class, like that you should do. So to measure the length, you need what? A standard. So for length, there is a standard. 1 meter is the international standard. Agreed?
Yes, sir.
For beauty, what standard will you give? You cannot give any standards, isn't it? So therefore, beauty is definitely it is definitely physical, but it is not a measurable physical property. Okay, so therefore you see, you can measure if you have standard, and you cannot measure if you don't have standard. Okay. Now one more definition I will ask. Let me ascertain the theoretical part. What is meant by measurement? What is meant by measurement?
Can you repeat the question?
What is meant by measurement? You have studied the chapter now, units and measurement?
Yes.
Tell me, what is meant by measurement? Anybody? Fine. See, you should not struggle. See, when I say I want to measure the length of this, what do I do? If I want to measure, see, physics you should define like this. I mean, this is how you have to learn physics also, right? When I say I want to measure this, you imagine, what did I do? I took this, then I took this. What is this?
Scale.
It is a standard. Okay, yes, it is a scale, but more specifically, it is a standard. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, good. And what did I do? I brought the scale closer to this. Correct? So therefore, you see, how you have to. If somebody asks you what is measurement, you imagine what we do when we actually measure. So measurement is a process. Measurement is a process of what? Of comparing the given physical quantity with the chosen standard of its kind. Measurement is a process of what? Of comparing the given physical quantity with a chosen standard of its kind. And by comparing, what do you get? You get a number. That is, this is so many meters bigger than this, so many meters smaller than this. So by comparison, you will get a number. This number, you state this number along with the unit with which you have measured. Then that completes the measurement. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So you see, physics is the easiest subject in this world. But you know, you have to learn physics the way you learn, the way you have to learn. If you learn physics like history and geography, then physics is going to be the most difficult subject on this earth. So there is a way to learn physics, and you should learn physics like this. Then definitely things will be easy for you. Anyways, that's nice of you to have told somebody to send some chat message. Can you repeat the question? Okay. You can directly ask, don't send chat and I mean, unless your video is not done, then only you can send. Otherwise, you please send it. Right. So now, as far as the motion is concerned, it is very clear that if a body or a particle occupies different positions at different instants of time with respect to a reference point, then we say the body is said to be in motion. Okay, so this definition you can convert it into a math model. Okay, how? So with respect to a fixed point, with respect to a point, which you call it as the reference point. So therefore, I will take this point as a reference point. I will take this point as a reference point. So which point around you will take it as a reference point? Suppose, see, you are all sitting in a room. Which point in the room will you consider as a reference point?
Ourselves.
Any point. Don't say ourselves, because ourselves is not one point. Ourselves is many points, isn't it? So you can consider any point in this room as a reference point. Okay? Any point in this room as a reference point. Right. So you can choose a convenient point in your room, say one corner of your room or something as the reference point. Okay? And give some name to it. So the reference point is O. Okay. Now you consider some object in the room. Okay. This is some object in the room. This is some object in the room. Now, how will you measure how will you get to know the position of this object? Position of this object. How will you get to know? How will you mark the position of a object in your room with respect to this reference point? ನೀವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಆರಾಮ್ಸೆ ಕಲಿಬೇಕಾ? ಈಗ ನಿಮ್ಮ ರೂಮ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಒಂದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ರೆಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರಿ ಒಂದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನ. ಹಲೋ, ಯಾವ್ದಾರ ಒಂದು ಮೂಲಿನ ರೆಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರಿ. ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರಿ, ಗುಡ್. ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಿಮ್ ರೂಮ್ನಾಗ ಈಗ ನಿಮ್ ಮೂಗ್ ಐತಲ್ಲ, ನಿಮ್ ಮೂಗಿನ ತುದಿ ಐತಲ್ಲ, ನಿಮ್ ಮೂಗಿನ ತುದಿ ಇಸ್ ದ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್. ನಿಮ್ ಮೂಗಿನ ತುದಿ ಬಿಕಮ್ಸ್ ದ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್. ठीक है, right? A good object I have chosen, the tip of your nose, right? And now, how will you refer? What is the position of your nose with respect to the reference point? How will you put it? What is the position of your nose with respect to the reference point? How will you? See, this is physics. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ನನಗೆ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು, ನೀವು ಹೆಂಗೆ ನೋಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಇತ್ತಪ್ಪ ಅಂತ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಿ? ಅರೆ ಹೇಳ್ರಿ, ಏನಾದ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ರಿ, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ತಿಳಿದಿದ್ದು ಹೇಳ್ರಿ. ಸಿ, ಟೀಚರ್ದು ಕೆಲಸ ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತೇನ್ರಿ? ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಟೀಚರ್ದ ನೀವು ಸೈನ್ಸನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡೆ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು. ಸೈನ್ಸನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಸೈನ್ಸಿನ ಪದ, ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ನೀವು ಅದರ ವಿಶ್ಲೇಷಣೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Teacher's ಕೆಲಸ ಏನದ, the signs that you have used, if it is wrong, then the teacher will correct. If it is right, the teacher will say right. See, for example, Shrikar gave the definition of the motion. It was perfect. I said, fine, very good, excellent. Right? So if there is a correction to be done, I will do it. How will you refer? How will you tell me what is the position of this, the tip of your nose with respect to a reference? So what you have learned something? No. So you will draw a arrow. Correct? Hello?
Yes, sir.
So you will draw a line with the arrow. And you will call that line as R1 bar. Some name you can give in your name also. R1 bar. So what is this R1 bar? ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಲ್ತಿರಿಲ್ಲ ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಲ್ತಿರಿಲ್ಲ ಮಾತಾಡ್ರಿ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಆರಾಮ್ಸೆ ಖುಷಿಲೇ ಮಾತಾಡ್ರಿ ಕಲ್ತಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಸೊ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಂತಾರೆ ಈ ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ಗೆ ಏನಂತಾರೆ R1 ಬಾರ್ಗೆ ಏನಂತಲ್ಲ ಕಲ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಗುಡ್ ಗರ್ಲ್ ಅವಾನಿ position vector. Okay, this is called position vector. See the name position vector. It is telling the position of the object with respect to a reference point. Position vector. ಹೌದಮ್ಮ? ಈಗ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಈಗ ಇದ್ರ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಆಯ್ತಾ. ಈಗ ಇದು ಮೂಗಿಂದ ಈಗ ನಿಮ್ದು ಕಿವಿ ಐತಲ್ಲ, ಕಿವಿ ಅದಲ್ಲ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಕಿವಿ. ಈಗ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹೌ ವಿಲ್ ಯು ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ದ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಯುವರ್ ಕಿವಿ ವಿತ್ ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಟು ದ ರೆಫರೆನ್ಸ್? ಸೊ ನಿಮ್ದು ಮೂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಆಯ್ತಾ, ನಿಮ್ದು ಕಿವಿ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? ಹಲೋ.
Yes, sir.
So how will you identify the position of your ear?
Draw another position vector.
That is all. Draw another position vector. Call it as R2. Okay. Now you can see. You can very clearly see. Okay. Now identify some other. Identify some other object. Okay. Identify some other object. Okay. Another object. Okay. How will you identify the position of this object? So the position of that object, you identify it like this. You identify it like this. Okay. So this is R3 bar. Now, so I have written three vectors here: R1 bar, R2 bar, okay, and R3 bar. I suppose all of you have noticed these three things. So R1 bar, and what is R1 bar? R1 bar is locating the position of the tip of your nose. R2 bar is locating the tip of your ear. R3 bar is locating some other point, say some eyes from eye of your body with respect to the reference point. Okay? Now you can see that the direction of R2 bar and R3 bar are same. Correct, no? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Sorry.
Yes, sir.
It is same. But the direction and magnitude of all the three are different. Okay? So I suppose you know this magnitude and direction and all. So what you have to now understand is this position vector uniquely identifies any point in space with respect to the reference point. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Good. See, you have to learn the motion of a body using vectors. Okay. If you learn it through vectors, then problem solving will be very easy. That is precisely what I am trying to do here. Okay. Okay. So I think you have a fair idea, like whatever I have told here. Okay, now again we will come back to the reference point. This is the reference point. Now one more thing that we have to identify is we will mark the reference point, and as usual, you do this. What is this you do? You remember what you do? What is this? So you will define, yes, you will define x-axis, you will define the y-axis, and then you will define the y-axis, and you will define the y-axis, and you will define the z-axis, x, y, z axis, and then you have the reference point here. and then you will start identifying the objects with the position numbers, R1 bar, R2 bar, so on and so forth. Correct, students? Okay.
Yes,
Then this position vector will make angles with the x, y, z, and you will call it as alpha, beta, and gamma. Some names you will give, and that is how you are uniquely able to identify the position of your body. Okay, fine. Now, with respect to this, you see, defining the motion of a body becomes very, very simple, isn't it? Say, now you consider some point in your room. Say you will take some object here and say, okay, that is the reference point. I have the object here. Now, if I say the object is in motion, that means now it is going like this. Okay, so what is happening? The position vector connected with this is also changing, isn't it? So that is how you identify that the body is in motion. Okay, understood? So the definition becomes very now clear, and it is in a measurable way. Why? Because the position of the object is occupying different points at different instants of time with respect to a reference point, and therefore this object is said to be in motion. Clear, students?
Yes, sir.
So yes, so that is how you will use the right concept and the right way of representation and define the motion both qualitatively and quantitatively. So now you can solve any numericals in this with the help of this knowledge, whatever little knowledge that I have given you. Okay. Now you can give me a numerical which is bothering you. Okay, I will take up that numerical and solve it for you. If you have one, you can shoot it. I will be able to help you. Do you have some numerical with you?
Not numerical, sir. This is a direct.
Good boy. See, this boy has come well prepared for my class, and so it is very easy for me to teach this student, and definitely see my time will be well spent, because somebody who has come prepared like this will learn, and that student will be more benefited because he will get the knowledge. Done. Please tell me the derivation.
Expression for magnitude and direction of resultant of two vectors, A vector and B vector.
The resultant of that. You want that? Okay. Right. So my friend wants the resultant of two vectors. Everybody in this class knows how to go about to getting the resultant of two vectors. And don't worry, man, if you say, sir, I know that, I am not going to challenge you or anything like that. I just want to know what you know, and I want to teach you what you don't know. I don't want to go on telling whatever I know, because you are all wonderful students. You have gone through 8th, 9th, 10th, and also in the college you have learned. You know quite a bit of physics. Here and there you have some issues. I am just there to help you. Okay, ಅಷ್ಟೇ ನಾ ಏನು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಸ್ಥಾನ ಮಾಡಕತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ನೀವು ಏನು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಸ್ಥಾನ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಡ್ರಿ. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಸರಳ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕಲಿ ಆಯ್ತಾ? So my friend has a question. So he says the resultant of two vectors. Okay, so what will we do? We will take a vector. Now first of all, tell me, what do you mean by resultant of two vectors? What is resultant of two vectors?
Addition of vectors.
Yes, good. So when I say resultant of two vectors, say vector A, vector B, then you are going to write like this. Okay? Now what is this plus sign doing? What does that plus sign represent? Sometimes my question will look very trivial. Yeah, what, sir? Plus is addition. You can tell like that. If you feel I am trivializing, you can say so. It'll help me to help you. What is that plus sign? Addition. Okay. Now X marbles and Y marbles. How much total marbles you have got? You have got X plus Y marbles. Correct?
Yes.
Then what is this plus sign and what is this plane? Are they same?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All of you agree?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So here you see, students, you all have given me an opportunity to teach you. It is not the same. See, what are these quantities x and y? These quantities are scalars, isn't it? And what are these quantities? These quantities are vectors. Correct?
Yes, sir.
So this becomes a scalar addition. This becomes scalar addition. So scalar addition is just addition of two numbers which are representing the same physical quantity. What is scalar addition? It is simply the arithmetic addition of two numbers which are representing what? The same, the similar or the same type of scalar quantity. What I mean is 2 mangoes plus 4 mangoes is 6 mangoes. Correct? No? Hello?
Yes, sir.
2 mangoes plus 4 bananas is equal to what?
6 fruits.
Now I didn't use the word fruits. Good answer. But you can't simply add. I can add 2 mangoes plus 4 mangoes because they are of same kind, same physical quantity. And both are scalars. So it simply becomes arithmetic addition. 2 plus 4 is 6. But now if I give you two vectors, and ask you to add the two vectors, it will not be 2 plus 4. Correct? Okay. Now all of you listen very carefully. Physics should be learnt like this. Can you all see me?
Yes, sir.
Right, very good. I wish you were there in front of me. Okay, then I would have done some experiments in front of you. So this is my right hand. Okay. Now somebody is pulling me with 10 newtons force to the right. What will happen?
You move to the
Right side.
Yeah, you will move to the right side. 10 newton force. 10 newton force. I will call this as vector A bar. Right? Vector A bar. Then somebody will pull me with 10 newton force in this direction. What will happen?
You will not move right side or left or
ಏ ಅಣ್ಣ ನಾ ಎರಡು ಕೈ ಎತ್ತಿಲ್ಲೋ ಬರೇ ಒಂದ್ ಈ ಎತ್ತದಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲೊಬ್ಬ ಒಂದ್ ಜಗ್ಯಾನ ಈಗ ಮುಗೀತದ ಅದ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟ್ 1 ಮುಗೀತು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟ್ 2 ಈಗ ಇವು 10 ನ್ಯೂಟನ್ ಲೇ ಜಗ್ಗಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ
You move to left.
ಅಷ್ಟೇ.
You move towards the left side, sir.
ಈಗ ಇಬ್ರು 10 ನ್ಯೂಟನ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಜಗ್ಗಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ
You move towards the position, sir.
ತಿಳಿದಲ್ಲ ಸೊ therefore here you see A bar plus B bar ಇದು 10 ನ್ಯೂಟನ್ಸ್ ಇದು 10 ನ್ಯೂಟನ್ಸ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ರಿಸಲ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಏನು ರಿಸಲ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ ಮೀ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ 0 bar. So 10 plus 10 is not equal to 20. Correct?
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
But 10 mangoes plus 10 mangoes is 20 mangoes. It will never be 0. Understood now? So therefore, you cannot simply add 10 Newton force and 10 Newton force just like how you added 10 mangoes and 10 mangoes. Therefore, this is called vector addition. Not scalar addition. So vector addition is different. Scalar addition is different. I hope you understood this.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now
Yes, sir.
third experiment. Now this hand, one person is holding, this hand another person is holding. Both of them will pull me with 10 Newton force towards you. What happened to me?
You move forward.
What? Yes. What is the total force acting on me?
20 Newton.
So now what happened? Now what happened? A bar plus B bar will be equal to what? 20. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So therefore you see this number you cannot simply do like this. So there is a method of adding the vectors. There is a method of adding the vectors. And that method of adding the vectors is called as vector addition. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Good. So we will just today learn the addition of two vectors. Okay? Today we will just learn this. We will decide what is to be done in the next class and so on and so forth. Okay? Done. And then we shall solve some numericals on that. then you will have a very clear idea what we are. Okay, now whenever you are going to perform vector addition, so you are going to add two vectors, A bar and B bar, correct? So start with adding two vectors, right? So can I add any two vectors?
No.
Very good, very good. Why we can't add any two vectors?
Because it depends upon direction.
Oh, so you didn't understand my question properly.
They are different units.
Units,
Dimensions.
dimensions. Go. Okay, you are all coming closer to the answer, but not perfect answer. Okay, you see, I can add these two vectors if they are of same kind. Supposing this is representing velocity, and this is also representing velocity, then I can add that. Hello, understood?
Yes, sir.
ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಏನು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಅಡಿಷನ್ ಒಳಗಾತು ಎನಿ ಅಡಿಷನ್ ಒಳಗಾತು ಫಿಸಿಕ್ಸ್ ಒಳಗ ಮ್ಯಾಥ್ಸ್ ಒಳಗ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಂಬಂಧ ಇಲ್ಲ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ವೈ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ಝೆಡ್ ಬರಿಬೋದು ಮ್ಯಾಥ್ಸ್ ಒಳಗ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ವೈ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ಝೆಡ್ ಅಂತ ಬರಿಬೋದು ಸೊ ಮ್ಯಾಥ್ಸ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಆರ್ ಸ್ಕೇಲಾರ್ಸ್ ಯು ಆಡ್ ದಮ್ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಅನದರ್ ಸ್ಕೇಲಾರ್ ಝೆಡ್ ಮ್ಯಾಥ್ಸ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಫಿಸಿಕ್ಸ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಇದು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲ ಫಿಸಿಕ್ಸ್ ಒಳಗ ಇದು ಯಾವಾಗ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಶುಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ರಿಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ ಅಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಶುಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ರಿಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ ಇದು ಮ್ಯಾಂಗೋ ಇದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಮ್ಯಾಂಗೋ ಇದು ಬಾಳೆಹಣ್ಣು ಇದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಬಾಳೆಹಣ್ಣು ಇದು ದನ ಇದ್ರೆ ಇದು ದನ ತಿಳಿದಲ್ಲ ಅವಾಗ ಅಷ್ಟ ಇದು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇದು ಕೋಳಿ ಇದು ದನ ಇದ್ರೆ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಬರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅರ್ಥ ಅದ ಹಂಗ ಈಗ ಫಿಸಿಕ್ಸ್ ಒಳಗೂ ಇದು ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಇದ್ರೆ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಬರ್ತೈತಿ ಇದು ಆಕ್ಸಲರೇಷನ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಇದು ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ ಅಂದ್ರೂ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಈಗ ನೋಡ್ರಿ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಈಗ ನಿನ್ನ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಯಾರೋ ಒಬ್ಬ ಅದ ಓಕೆ ನಿನ್ನ ಫ್ರೆಂಡಿಗೆ ಯಾರೋ 10 ನ್ಯೂಟನ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ನಿನ್ನ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಗೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಅದನ್ನ ಅವ್ನಿಗೆ ಯಾರೋ 10 ನ್ಯೂಟನ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅವಾಗ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ರಿಸಲ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು ಈಗ ನಾನು ಒಂದ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಪ ಈಗ ನನಗೆ 10 ನ್ಯೂಟನ್ ಈ ಕಡೆ 10 ನ್ಯೂಟನ್ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದ ರಿಸಲ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಇಸ್ 0 ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ವಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಈಗ ನೀವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಂತಿ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಂತ ನಿನಗ ಯಾವನೋ ಒಬ್ಬ 10 ನ್ಯೂಟನ್ಲಿ ಆ ಕಡೆ ಜಗ್ತಾನೆ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬ ಯಾರೋ 10 ನ್ಯೂಟನ್ಲಿ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಜಗ್ತಾನೆ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಿ 20 ಅನ್ಬಾರ್ದು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಂಬಂಧ ಇಲ್ಲ ಹುಚ್ಚರಾಟ ಅದ ತಿಳಿದ ಹುಚ್ಚರಾಟ ಹೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅದ ಯಾವಂಗೋ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಜಗ್ಗ್ಯಾರ 10 ನ್ಯೂಟನ್ ಇವಂಗ ಅವಂಗ 10 ನ್ಯೂಟನ್ಲೇ ಜಗ್ಗಿದ್ರೆ ರಿಸಲ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸುಳ್ಳ ಅಡಿಷನ್ಗೆ ರಿಸಲ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅದರಿಂದ ಒಂದು ಉಪಯುಕ್ತ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಇಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಮೀನ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ understood then only we are learning only such things in physics we are not doing any magic puzzle and all those things idu hucharatakalla physics it is meaningful you should get a meaningful outcome then only these operations have got meaning otherwise these operations don't have meaning this is the difference between the mathematics and the physics yes we are also using these models these are math models but their way of understanding by a mathematics teacher and a physics teacher are different. For us, everything that we write, every variable that we write is representing a physical quantity. For a mathematics person, everything they write, it is not representing a physical quantity. Anything they can, x plus y is equal to z, it doesn't matter. Is that clear, students?
Yes, sir.
So idella moola. These are all the fundamentals that you should know before you start studying physics. Then only you will understand the physics in the right perspective. Then you can solve the numericals. But if you don't understand these things in the right perspective, then you will not be able to solve the numericals. You will feel that no problem ಯಾಕೆ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಿಲ್ಲ because ನೀವು ಫಿಸಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಹಿಂಗೆ ಕಲ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಈಗ ನೋಡಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಚಂದ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ಬಟ್ ಈಗೊಂದು ಆನ್ಸರ್ ತಪ್ಪು ಕೊಟ್ಟ ಬಸ್ಯಾಗ 10 ನ್ಯೂಟನ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಆ ಕಡೆ ಜಗ್ತಾರೆ ಲಿಂಗ್ಯಾಗ 10 ನ್ಯೂಟನ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಜಗ್ತಾರೆ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಸಂಬಂಧ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅದು ತಿಳಿತಲ್ಲ ಈಗ ಸಪೋಸಿಂಗ್ ನೀ ತಪ್ಪು ಮಾಡಿ ಅನ್ಕೋ ಈಗ ನಿನ್ನ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಕಪಾಳ ಕೊಡಿದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಸಂಬಂಧ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಈಗ ನಿನಗೆ ಚಲೋ ಆಗ್ತೈತೆ ಆಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅನ್ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್. ಸೊ we can only deal with things where there is a relation and there is a meaningful output. Am I clear, students?
Yes.
Okay. Now we shall understand vector addition with a good example. Okay, with a good example. So what is a good example? So let's begin like this. There is an object. There is an object of mass m. What did I say? Hello. See, I want to make sure that you have heard me right. There is an object of mass m. Agreed?
Yes, sir.
Now,
Yes.
two forces. One, I will call it as A bar, and another force I will call it as B bar. Okay, so A bar and B bar. What are A bar and B bar? Two forces are acting simultaneously on the object, okay, and they make an angle theta. This makes sense, no? That is, you see, I am the object. A bar, B bar. Angle between me is theta.
Yes, sir.
ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಎಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರು, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಮೈಕ್ ಆನ್ ಇಡ್ರಿ. ಸಿ ನಂದು ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಮೈಕ್ ಆನ್ ಇಡ್ರಿ. ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ರೂಮ್ನಾಗ ಕೂತೀರಿ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಬೇಕು. ಸಿ ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಅದ ನೋಡಿ. ನಾನೇನು ಹೆಡ್ಫೋನ್ ಟೆಲಿಫೋನ್ ಏನೂ ಹಾಕೊಂಡಿಲ್ಲ. Okay, I have got all the gadgets here, cameras, there, this, everything I have got here. Okay, I can teach fluently like a teacher, and I have got so many facilities on the board. So it's fantastic. Okay, so what online classes you used to have earlier is not. And I suppose all of you are sitting on a computer, desktop or a laptop, no mobile phone, and your laptop and desktop must be connected by a LAN connection to your router, not Wi-Fi. If you are sitting with Wi-Fi, then in between you will have a lot of cuts, and the online class will become waste for you. So all of you ensure that you have a LAN connection. Andra one wire, LAN wire haki nimda router irtadalla, main telephone connection ali kodbeku. Avagashta ಇವಲ್ಲ Zoom ಎಲ್ಲ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. So there is an object O of mass m on which two forces A bar and B bar are acting simultaneously. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now what happens to that object O? What happens to that object O? Come on, tell whatever. See, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಹೇಳ್ರಿ. ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಈಸಿ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ. ಹೇಳ್ರಿ, ಹೇಳಮ್ಮ. It is not in equilibrium condition. Wow, very good. Correct answer. Answer is right, but I don't want to go into the zone of equilibrium and all so early. I will come to that. Simple answer even. What happens to the object O when these two forces are acting simultaneously? What happens? See,
Changes its position.
Not. That is okay. It may change its position, but that may not be the right answer. That is not the right answer. ಈಗ ನೋಡ, ಈಗ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನ್ಯಾಗ ಒಂದು ಊಟ ಆಯ್ತು. You can understand there is a hook on top of your house in the ceiling. Can you see a hook in the ceiling, or can you imagine?
Yes.
Only Shrikar is able to imagine. Others are not able to imagine. ಈ ಹುಕ್ಕಿಗೆ ಎರಡು ಹಗ್ಗ, ಹಿಂಗೊಂದು ಹಗ್ಗ. ಇದು A bar, ಇದು B bar ಹಗ್ಗ, ಚೆಕ್. ಎರಡು ಹುಕ್ಕಿಗೆ ಹಗ್ಗ ಚೆಕ್. ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ ಇವಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ? ಏನಾಗ್ತದವಾ? Will it move? Will this point move?
No.
ಮತ್ತೆ ಏನಂದಿ? ಇಲ್ಲಿ two forces are acting, then what happens to the object ಅಂದ್ರೆ it will move ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು. It is not in equilibrium ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ವಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ, ಇದು equilibrium ಲೋಗ ಐತಿ, ಇದು ಮೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗುವಂತ. ಹೌದಿಲ್ಲ?
Yes, sir.
ಸೊ ನೀ ಏನು ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿ? ತಪ್ಪ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿ. ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ?
Yes, sir.
ನೋಡ, ನೀವು ಪಾಪ ನಿನ್ಗೆ ಏನು ತಿಳಿದಂತ ನೀನು ಹೇಳಿ. ನೋಡು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನು ತಿಳಿದದ್ದು ನೀವು ಹೇಳಿ, ನಾನು ಟೀಚರ್, ನನ್ನ ಜಾಬ್, ನನ್ನ ಡ್ಯೂಟಿ ಏನ್ವಾ, ನೀವು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ತಪ್ಪಿರಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಗೆ ತಿದ್ದು ಅಷ್ಟ ನನ್ನ ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿ. ಆದರೆ ನೀವು ತಪ್ಪ ಮಾಡಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, ನಾವು ಸುಮ್ಮ ಕೂಡ್ತೀವಿ, ನೀವು ಬೇಕಾದ ಕಲಿಸ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತೆ. ನನ್ನ ಪಾಂಡಿತ್ಯ ಪ್ರದರ್ಶನ ಆಗ್ತೈತೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ನೀವು ಕಲಿಯೋದು ಅಷ್ಟು ಕಷ್ಟ ತಿಳಿದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ನೀವು ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಗುಡ್. ಸೊ ಹಂಗಂದ್ರೆ ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಸ್ ವೆನ್ ದೀಸ್ ಟು ಫೋರ್ಸಸ್ ಆರ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಬಾಡಿ? ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಸ್? ಈಗ ನನಗೆ ಹಿಂಗೊಬ್ಬ ಜಗ್ಗಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ? I will experience what? I will experience what?
Sir, you will not move either left or right.
Oh, you are left right ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕೂತ್ಬಿಟ್ಟ ನೀವು. ಈಗ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ ಹೇಳೋ ರಾಜ, ಹಿಂಗೊಬ್ಬ ಜಗ್ಗಿದಾಗ ವಾಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಐ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್? ನೀ ಈಗ ಒಬ್ರು ಯಾರು ಹಿಡಿದಿನ್ ಜಗ್ ನೋಡ, ನೀನು ನಿನ್ ಗೆಳೆಯ ಹಿಡಿದ ಒಬ್ಬರು ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬರನ್ನ ಜಗ್ ನೋಡಿ ಏನಾಗ್ತೈತಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ? ವಾಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಈಗ ಒಬ್ಬ ಯಾರೋ ನಿಂತಾನ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊ, ನಿನ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್, ಅವ್ ಎರಡೂ ಕೈ ಒಂದ್ ಕೈ ನೀ ಹಿಡಿ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ ಕೈ ನಿನ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಹಿಡಿಲಿ, ಹಿಂಗ್ ಜಗ್ಗಿದ್ರು ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಡ್ರಿ. ಅವ್ನು ಕೇಳ್ರಿ ನಿಂಗೆ ಏನಾಗತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ರಿ, ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನವ? ಅವ್ ನೋವು ಆಗತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದಲ್ಲ, ಅವ್ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನಂದ್ರೆ he will experience the resultant. Isn't it? He will experience the resultant effect of these two forces. Andra combined effect of these two forces he will experience. Correct no?
Yes, sir.
ಹಾ, ಇದು ಬರಬೇಕು. ಇದು ಬಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಫಿಸಿಕ್ಸ್ ಕಲಿಯಾಕತ್ತೀರಿ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. ಈಗ when two forces are acting on a body, what happens ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, that body will experience the resultant of two forces. Resultant ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಪ್ಪಾ? What is resultant? Hey, what is the resultant? Combined effect. Understand? Combined effect of the forces acting simultaneously. Combined effect of the forces acting simultaneously is called resultant. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So you ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. See, it is qualitative definition. The combined effect of many forces acting on the body simultaneously is called the resultant of the forces. Now, how do you mathematically represent the resultant? It is vectorial addition of the forces acting simultaneously. So this becomes the math model, and this is the qualitative and this is the quantitative definition. ಪ್ರತಿ ಒಂದು ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟು, ಪ್ರತಿ ಒಂದು ಡೆಫಿನಿಷನ್ ಹಿಂಗೆ ನಾವು ರಿಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಅರ್ಥಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ರಿಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಇಫ್ ಯು ಕೀಪ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್, ದೆನ್ ಯುವರ್ ಎಫರ್ಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟೆಡ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ನಾಲೆಜ್. ಅದು ವಿದ್ಯೆಯಾಗಿ ಪರಿಗಣಿತದೆ. ಈಗ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಓದ್ಕೊಂತ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ವಿದ್ಯೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದು ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಓದಿರ್ತೀರಿ, ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿರ್ತದೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನೋಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ನಿಮಗೆ ನಾಲೆಜ್ ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಕಲಿಬೇಕು. ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಸರಿ. ಈಗ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್. ಇದರ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಕೂಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇದು ನೆಟ್ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಹಿಂಗೆ, ಹೌದಾ? ಈಗ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಎ ಬಾರ್ ನಾನು ಒಂದು ಗೆರಿ ವಿತ್ ಅರೋ ಹೆಡ್ ಹೊಡೆದು, ಬಿ ಬಾರ್ನ ಗೆರಿ ವಿತ್ ಅರೋ. ದ ಲೆಂತ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಲೈನ್, ವಾಟ್ ಡಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಲೆಂತ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಲೈನ್ represent? This length,
Magnitude of the vector.
Okay. Who is this girl who is answering so nicely? Who is this? Sinchana. Good. But other two girls are not answering. They should also answer and answer simultaneously. Well, so Sinchana is telling the length of this line is representing the magnitude. Do you all agree?
Yes.
Everybody agrees?
Yes.
I don't agree. So you are not completely wrong, but you are not completely right. So what is the mistake? The length of the line you said is representing the magnitude. Are you right? Okay, good. See, you have made a small mistake. What is the mistake? The length
Along
of
the direction.
correct, correct. Along the direction of that. The length of the line is representing what? It is proportional to the magnitude. It is not equal to the magnitude. ಈಗ ಹೆಂಗಿರ್ತದೆ ನೋಡಿ, I will define 1 centimeter is equal to 1 Newton. So So the length of the line becomes proportional to the magnitude, isn't it? It is not equal to the magnitude. Ardadala?
Yes, sir.
So the length of the line is proportional to the magnitude. Andra 1 centimeter, supposing it says it is 1 Newton, then supposing this force is 10 Newtons, you will write this line as 10 centimeters. And supposing I say this force is 15 Newtons, then the length of this line will be 15 centimeters. Okay?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
ಹಂಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು ನೋಡಿ ನೀವು ಪ್ರತಿ ಒಂದು ಹಂತದೊಳಗೂ ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಕೇಳಿಕತ್ತೀನಿ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಏನು ತಿಳಿತದ ನೀವು ಹೇಳಿಕತ್ತೀರಿ, ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಹೇಳಿಕತ್ತೀರಿ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಕಡೆ ನೀವು ತಪ್ಪಲಿಕತ್ತೀರಿ, ಅದನ್ನ ನಾನು ತಿದ್ದಲಿಕತ್ತೀನಿ. ಸೊ ಅವಾಗ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ, ನನ್ನ ಎಫರ್ಟು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಎಫರ್ಟು ಕೂಡ ನಾಲೆಜ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ, ಇಡೀ ನಾಲೆಜ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಸುಂದರವಾದ ಗಿಡ ಉದ್ಭವ ಆಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕತ್ತದ, ಬೆಳಿಲಿಕ್ಕತ್ತದ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಲ್ಲ? ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಹೌ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಪುಟ್ ಇಟ್ ರೈಟ್. So if the length of this line is representing V bar, length of this line is representing the magnitude of this. The length of this line, what is this representing? It is representing what? This length. It is representing the combined effect, the magnitude of the combined effect of the two forces that are acting simultaneously. Correct? ಹಾ ನೋಡಿ, ಸಮಾಧಾನ ಕೇಳಿದ್ವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈಗ ನಮಗೆ ಇದ್ರ ಲೆಂತ್ ಗೊತ್ತದ ಜಾಮೆಟ್ರಿಕಲಿ, ಇದ್ರ ಲೆಂತ್ ಗೊತ್ತದ ಜಾಮೆಟ್ರಿಕಲಿ, ಇದ್ರ ನಡಿಕೆ ಆಂಗಲ್ ಗೊತ್ತದ ಜಾಮೆಟ್ರಿಕಲಿ. ಈಗ ನಮಗ ಇದು ಈ ಲೆಂತ್ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಈ ಲೆಂತ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು. ನನಗೆ ಈ ಲೆಂತ್ ಗೊತ್ತದ. ಈಗ ನಾವು ಇಟ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ಸ್ ಎ ಜಾಮೆಟ್ರಿಕಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್. We have represented it. Now maths will take over. The rules of geometry will come into picture. Rules of geometry and trigonometry will come into the picture, and using those two rules we will be able to get the length of this line. Got it now?
Yes, sir.
Good. So our problem is now well represented. So the next phase of operation will start. So what is the next phase of operation for us now? Okay, so what is the next phase of operation? So here there is a very interesting thing that happens in nature. Nature ಒಳಗೆ ಭಾರಿ ಮಜಾ ಆಗ್ತಾವ. ಈಗ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಈಗ ಈ ಟ್ರಯಾಂಗಲ್, ಓಕೆ, ಈ ಟ್ರಯಾಂಗಲ್ ಅಥವಾ ಈ ಟ್ರಯಾಂಗಲ್, ಈ ಮೂರು ಟ್ರಯಾಂಗಲ್, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇಷ್ಟಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಟ್ರಯಾಂಗಲ್ ತೆಗೆದು ಟ್ರಯಾಂಗಲ್ 1, 2, 3, 4 ಟ್ರಯಾಂಗಲ್ ತೆಗೆದು, ಈ 4 ಟ್ರಯಾಂಗಲ್ ಒಳಗೂ ಕಾಮನ್ ಫೀಚರ್ ಏನು?
3 sides.
Okay, good. They have 3 sides. Next.
3 angles.
Okay, 3 angle adava, 3 side adava. Then what else is common? Come on, tell me what else is common between all these 4 triangles?
They are in the same plane.
Good. See, wonderful. They are in the same plane. But I want an answer. I'm waiting for that answer, which is very significant. Whatever answer you have given is right, but they are not significant. In this context, I want an answer which is more significant. So what is common amongst all these triangles?
The third side is the resultant of 2 sides.
See, if the triangle is representing the vectors, then you can tell that. Are they representing the vectors? Did I say?
No, sir.
Mata? ಈಗ ರಸ್ತೆದಾಗ ಯಾವುದೋ ಕಾರ್ ನಿಂತದೆ, ಈಗ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಕೆಂಪು ಕಾರ್ ಐತೆ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊ. ಈಗ ರಸ್ತೆದಾಗ ಯಾವುದೋ ಕೆಂಪು ಕಾರ್ ಐತೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇನೆ, ಇಲ್ಲ ಹೌದಲ್ಲ? ಹಂಗ ಈಗ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ನಾಟ್ ಟೋಲ್ಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ರಿಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟಿಂಗ್ ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್. ರೈಟ್. ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಮನ್? ಇದು 4th ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ 5th ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ ಕಲ್ತೀರಿ, 4th 5th 6th ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ ಕಲ್ತೀರಿ. ಏನು ಕಲ್ತೀರಿ ಹೇಳ? The sum of the angles, interior angles of a triangle are all equal to 180 degrees. ಹೌದಿಲ್ಲ? The sum of all the interior angles of a triangle is equal to 180 degrees. ಕಲ್ತಿರಿಲ್ಲ?
Yes, sir.
ಇದು ಅದ್ಭುತ ಹೌದಿಲ್ಲ? ಕೂಡಿಲ್ಲ, ಇದು ನೋಡು ಹೆಂಗೈತಿ ಟ್ರಯಾಂಗಲ್, ಇದು ಹೆಂಗೈತಿ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಒಳಗಿಂದ 3 ಆಂಗಲ್ ಕೂಡಿದ್ರೆ 180. ಅದ್ಭುತ. Nature's ಅದ್ಭುತ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Understand? So like that, the nature has very adbhutas stored in it. Okay, some things are adbhut, you can't say. This is one of the adbhutas. Okay, and if you draw any circle, you draw this circle and you draw this circle. Okay, you draw this circle. What is the common feature between these two circles? Idella you 6 standard and kaltiri. What is common between these two circles? These are all 6 standard, 7 standard geometry I'm asking. Come on, appreciate what is significantly what is common between these two circles. They both are
360 degrees.
ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಪ್ಪ they both are 360 degrees ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ನಂಗೆ ತಿಳಿಲಿಲ್ಲ ನೀ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ they both are 360 degrees ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಂಗೆ ತಿಳಿಲಿಲ್ಲ. If you measure the circumference of this circle, hello, the circumference of this circle, and if you measure the diameter of this circle, the circumference of this circle and the diameter of this circle, you measure the circumference of this circle and the diameter of this circle. Now can you tell me what is common between these two circles?
5D.
Yes, see here, the ratio of the circumference to its diameter, the ratio of the circumference to this diameter is equal, and is equal to what? It is equal to pi. Howdala, you know it, 2 pi r. 2 pi r divided by 2r. Look at it. So the ratio of the circumference of any circle to its diameter is a constant, and that is what is pi. PAI pi, not PI pi. Correct? No? PI pi in mathematics. Understood?
Yes, sir.
So this is common. ಹಂಗ ಇದು ಒಂದು ಅದ್ಭುತ ಹೌದಿಲ್ಲ? ಇದು ಅದ್ಭುತ. ಹಂಗ ಈಗ ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಅದ್ಭುತ ನಡೀತದೆ. ಏನು ಅದ್ಭುತ ನಡೀತೈತಿ? ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಅದ್ಭುತ ನಡೀತದೆ. ಏನು ಅದ್ಭುತ ಈಗ? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಅದ್ಭುತ ನಡೀತದೆ. ಏನದು ಅದ್ಭುತ? ಈಗ ನೋಡ್ರಿ ಮಜಾ ನೋಡ್ರಿ. ಈಗ okay, so this is one side of the triangle, we are saying it is A bar. This is another side, we are writing it as B bar. One side we wrote A bar, other side we wrote B bar. Okay, now I say this is O, this point I will call it as A, and this point I will call it as B. Okay, now I will complete the parallelogram. Understand? Hello, are you with me? I'll complete the parallelogram. Got it?
Yes, sir.
ಮಜಾ ನೋಡಂಗಿದೆ ಈಗ ಮಜಾ ನೋಡ if this side is representing a force, a vector, and this side is representing another vector, and the combined effect of these two will be represented by the diagonal of this parallelogram passing through this point of intersection. ಈಗ ಬೇಕಾದ ಮಾಡಿ ನೋಡು ಈಗ for this object if you apply these two forces, the combined effect will be this, and this r bar incidentally is the diagonal of the parallelogram passing through this point. ಇದು ಒಂದು ಅದ್ಭುತ ಹೌದಿಲ್ಲ? ಹಿಂಗ್ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ನೀವು ಸಂತೋಷ ಪಡ್ಬೇಕ್ರಿ. ನೀವು ಏನೇನ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದ ಸಿನಿಮಾ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಆಲ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತೀರಿ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅದ್ಭುತ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ. ಈಗ ನೋಡ್ರಿ ದಿನಾ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಇಂಥದ್ದೊಂದು ಚಮತ್ಕಾರ ಆಗ್ತಿರ್ತಾವ. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ನೀವು ಅರೆ ವಾ ಏನ್ಲಿ ಇದ. ಓಕೆ, ಈಗ ನೋಡ್ರಿ ಕವಿಗಳು, ನೀವು ಬೇಂದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರ ಹೆಸರು ಕೇಳಿರಿ? ಬೇಂದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರ ಹೆಸರು ಕೇಳಿರೇನ್ರಿ? ಧಾರವಾಡದ ಫೇಮಸ್ ಕವಿ. ಅವ್ರು ಯಾವ್ದಾರ ಒಂದು ಕವನ ಗುರ್ತೈತಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ? ಹೋಲ್ಬಿಟ್ರಿ ಸರ್, ನಾವು ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಹುಡುಗರ್ರಿ ಸರ್, IIT ಮಂದಿ, ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಆಗೋದು ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರ್ ಆಗೋದು ನಮಗೆ ಕವನ ಬೇಡ ನಡೀತೀವಿ. ಈಗ ನೋಡ್ರಿ ಒಂದು ಸಣ್ಣ ಕವನ ಅದ. ಮಾಮರವೆಲ್ಲೋ ಕೋಗಿಲೆಯಲ್ಲೋ ಏನಿ ಸ್ನೇಹ ಸಂಬಂಧ. ನೋಡ್ರಿ ಕವಿಗಳು ಇದನ್ನು ಕಲ್ಪನೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ರು. ಮಾಮರ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಮಾವಿನ ಎಲೆ ಈಗ ಚಿಗುರ್ತೈತಲ್ಲ ಹಸಿರು ಎಲೆ ಅದು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಕೋಗಿಲೆ ಕೋಗಿಲೆ ಗೊತ್ತಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಕೋಗಿಲೆ ಬಂದು ಆ ಹೊಸ ಚಿಗುರನ್ನು ತಿಂದು ಗಂಟ್ಲನ್ನು ಹಾ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಕುಹು ಕುಹು ಅಂತ ಹಾಡು ಹೇಳ್ತೈತಿ. ಸೊ ಕವಿಗಳು ನೋಡ್ಯಾರ ಕೋಗಿಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾವಿನ ಮರ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ರಿಲೇಷನ್ ಅವೆರಡು. ಆಹಾ ಏನು ಅದ್ಭುತಪ್ಪ ಭಗವಂತ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಚಂದ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್. ಆ ಥರ ನೀವು ಆನಂದ ತಗೊಳ್ಬೇಕು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ರಿ ಪ್ಯಾರಲಲ್, ನೀವೆರಡು ಸೈಡ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಪ್ಯಾರಲೋಗ್ರಾಮಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅದರದ ಡಯಾಗೋನಲಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಎರಡೂ ಸಂಬಂಧ ಹೆಂಗದ ನೋಡ್ರಿ. The diagonal of this parallelogram passing through this point is representing the resultant, the combined effect of these two forces both in magnitude and direction. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್? ಇದನ್ನ ನೀವು ಲ್ಯಾಬೊರೇಟರಿ ಒಳಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನೋಡ್ಬೋದು. ಇದು ಲ್ಯಾಬೊರೇಟರಿ ಒಳಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಈ ಸಂಬಂಧ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟಲ್ಲಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತದೆ. Okay, the diagonal represents the resultant of the two or the combined effect of the two vectors both in magnitude and direction. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತೇನ್ರಿ? ಈಗ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋದು ಏನೀಗ OA ಒಂದು ಗೊತ್ತೈತಿ, OB ಒಂದು ಗೊತ್ತೈತಿ, OC ಒಂದು ಗೊತ್ತೈತಿ, and ಈ ಆಂಗಲ್ ಥೀಟಾ ಗೊತ್ತೈತಿ. This angle theta goes. If the direction of the resultant is alpha, the direction of the resultant is alpha because the R bar is the combined effect of the force. The force will be having an effective direction, isn't it? ಈಗ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಈಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನನಗೆ ಯಾರೋ ಒಬ್ಬರ 20 Newton force ಲೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಜಗಿದ್ರು, ಇಲ್ಲಿ 10 Newton force ಲೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಜಗಿದ್ರು. So I will accelerate in the direction of the resultant. No, ಒಂದ್ ಕೈ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕೈ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ ನನ್ನ ಕೈಯಲ್ಲೇ ಇರ್ತೈತಿ. ಬಟ್ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಆಕ್ಸಲರೇಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ ರಿಸಲ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್. Got it? So the resultant will also have a direction. Not only magnitude, it will also have direction. Can you feel that?
Yes, sir.
आ फीलिंग बरಬೇಕು. साइंस कलिಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ दिल और दिमाग दोनों का इस्तेमाल होना चाहिए. आपको वो महसूस होना चाहिए कि ऐसा हो रहा है, तभी फिजिक्स अंदर घुसता है, नहीं तो नहीं घुसता. ठीक है? तो हमारा ये अभी पहला क्या है, हमको ये वी हैव टू डिटरमिन OC in terms of OA and OB and we have to determine the angle alpha. इष्ट ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಕೆಲಸ ಮುಗಿತು. We have to determine this, we have to determine this. We are given these two quantities and we are given these. Is that clear, students? Hello. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. Okay, so we'll call this point D. We'll call this point D. Okay? Now you see, our Pythagoras theorem will come into picture. What is our Pythagoras theorem here? OC square will be equal to what? AD square plus, sorry, OC square is equal to OD square plus CD square. Clear? Pythagoras theorem. ಹೂ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಹಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಲೇಖನಿ ಸುಮ್ಮ ಕೂತಾಳ, ಅವ ಪ್ರಜ್ವಲ್ ಸುಮ್ಮ ಕೂತಾನ, ಏನ ಹೂ ಹಾ ಅನ್ಬೇಕಪ್ಪ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ. ಓಕೆ, ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್? ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ Pythagoras theorem. ठीक है? Now OD is what? OD is OA plus AD whole square and you have got CD. ठीक है? Now you see, but we know OA, but do you know AD and do you know CD? Because the known quantities are only OA, OB and theta. See, you must understand the problem, simply not do it. Geometrically I wrote like this, but then I got OA plus AD square plus CD square. But what is AD? So you have to express AD in terms of OA and OB. You should express CD in terms of OA and OB. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So what is AD? So this angle is theta. Got it? This angle is also theta. Agreed? Because AC and OB are parallel to each other. Because it's a parallelogram. Got it?
Yes.
Now do you know, see, if you see this, what is this? If you see this triangle, if you see ACD, okay? Now, if I write AD is equal to AC cos theta. Agreed?
Yes, sir.
And CD is equal to what? CD is equal to what?
AC sin theta.
AC sin theta. Correct? So, you're right, because see, now, and what is AC? See, AC is equal to OB. Hello?
Yes, sir.
So, this one I will write it as OB cos theta, and this one I will write it as OB sin theta. Okay? Now what I will do? I will combine this and write it. What will I write here? So instead of OA, OA is, what is OA? OA is nothing but, OA is representing what? OA is representing A, vector A. OA is representing what? Magnitude of A. Correct now?
Yes, sir.
Magnitude of A, I am writing it as A square. And AD, just now we said, AD is what? OB cos theta. What is OB? OB is B. So, B cos theta square. B cos theta. Right? Hello. B cos theta. Oh, sorry, I made a mistake here. A plus B cos theta, OA plus AD B cos theta whole square. Plus CD. What is CD? OB. OB is what? B sin theta. Okay. Now open the brackets. You will get A square plus B square cos square theta plus 2AB cos theta this is equal to 2AB cos theta plus B square sin square theta. So now you see here you will get A square, B square cos square theta plus B square sin square theta, because B square if you take common, cos square plus sin square theta will be 1 plus 2AB cos theta. Okay, what is this? This is OC square, and OC square is representing what? Resultant. Hello, did you get it?
Yes, sir.
So the magnitude of the resultant. The magnitude of the resultant is nothing but root of A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. So you have defined what is A, what is B, so and so, and then continue. Here I use the word force. It can be velocities, it can be acceleration, it can be two vectors of same kind added for a purpose, not simply addition. One boat is going at 10 meters per second, another boat is going at 10 meters per second. What is the resultant of the meaning illa? Unless you have to add the vectors to give a meaningful result. So I have found out the magnitude. Clear? Hello?
Yes.
Now we have to determine alpha. What alpha? This alpha we have to determine. Right? So to determine alpha, we will use tan. What is tan alpha? Tan alpha is CD divided by OD. So again, CD divided by OA plus AD. And if you see here, CD will be what? CD will be B sin theta divided by OA will be what? A plus B cos theta. That will be tan alpha. This alpha. So if I want only alpha, I'll write alpha is equal to tan inverse of B sin theta upon A plus B cos theta. So this is the solution. Got it, friends? Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
ಈಗ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಈಗ ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿಷ ಏರೋಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಹೊಂಟದ. Okay. Ega, what you have to understand is, Ega, I hope you understood the derivation of this.
Yes.
You have any questions to ask? You ask. I will explain to you. Don't feel. ನೀವು silliest of the silliest question ಕೇಳ್ರಿ, ನಾವು ಖುಷಿಲೇ ಕಲಿಸ್ತೀವಿ. ಈಗ ಇದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಅಂಶ ತಿಳಿತಿದ್ರಾಗ ನಾ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದ. ಅರೆ ತಿಳಿಲಿಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ರಲ್ಲ, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಹೇಳ್ರಿ. Understood. So you have no questions. You have no questions, no? Hello?
No, sir.
Good. See, now supposing any time from today, if somebody asks you what is the resultant or whatever it is, you should be able to fluently derive it, not seeing the book and all. So if you are able to fluently do it, then you have the knowledge. Otherwise, you don't have the knowledge. And if you don't have the knowledge, forget the theory. You can't even solve the numerical. Okay? You want any numerical to be solved on this? I will solve it for you. Some question that is bothering you based on this, you tell me. I will do it for you. Right away. Another 15 minutes, I will take the class and leave you. You have any questions?
Sir, polygon law.
Okay, everybody wants polygon law or only Sinchana, no? You are asking the question?
Yes, sir.
Only Sinchana wants polygon law or everybody wants polygon law? If only Sinchana wants, I will only teach Sinchana. Everybody knows what is polygon law?
No, cannot be one.
ಕೇಳ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಬಿಡೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತಿ ಏನು ಹುಡುಗಿರು ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಹುಡುಗರು ಬಿಡೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಡೋದು ಯಾವ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಬಿಡೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಯಾವ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತೀವಿ ಓಕೆ ಆರಾಮ್ಸೆ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಟೀಚ್ ಯು ಪಾಲಿಗಾನ್ ಓಕೆ ಹೌ ಟು ಸಿ ನೌ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಟೀಚ್ ಯು ಪಾಲಿಗಾನ್ ಲಾ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಮೇಕ್ ಯು ಟು ಲರ್ನ್ ಪಾಲಿಗಾನ್ ಲಾ okay I will make you to learn polygon law. When will the polygon law be useful? First of all you tell me. ಈಗ ನಾವೇನು ಕಲ್ತೇವೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ on a body or a particle, if two forces are acting simultaneously, then what is the resultant we have learnt? ठीक है ना?
Yes, sir.
Now assume that I have a body. Now on this body, if there are multiple forces acting, A bar, B bar, C bar, D, multiple forces acting on a body, right? Then what happens to this body? If multiple forces are acting on a body, what happens to the body? Hello?
It experiences force.
It experiences forces. I want a better answer. Just now I taught you. What happens? The body will experience a
Resultant.
combined effect of all the forces. Okay? Now, logically, how will you get the combined effect of all these forces? Supposing I give you the problem. Condition is all these forces are coplanar. They are acting in the same plane. I hope you understood the meaning of that. Coplanar. So, supposing you are not taught the polygon law vectors, how will you find out the combined effect of all these forces? How will you find out? Simple. See, what you will do, you will take this A bar vector. Okay? You will take this A bar vector as it is. Andra, both in magnitude and direction, you have taken A bar vector. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Then you will take this B bar vector. Just like this, parallel to that, you will take B bar vector. Got it? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Then what will you do? You will get the resultant of these two. Correct?
Yes, sir.
So this is R1 bar. Then what you will do? You will take C bar. Correct? Then you will take the resultant of these two. What is this? This is the resultant of these two. Got it? Okay. Then you will take D bar. You will take D bar. Then you will find the resultant of these two. So what will be the resultant of these two? This will be the resultant. So this will be the final result of all this. And what is this R bar? I first added A bar and B bar. And to this resultant, I added C bar. To this resultant, I added D bar. So I get this result. Hello, are you with me? Did you understand this what I did?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So this is how you have to learn. So a question I asked you, supposing I say there are 4 forces acting and you have to determine the resultant. So with the knowledge of the parallelogram law of vector addition, you were able to do this. And the math model for this is this. Okay?
Yes.
Now what we are going to do is same thing. So you saw what I did here. I took one by one vector, placed it here, one by one I placed it here, I went on adding the resultant of the resultant, I got this final answer. Okay? Now you will see the same thing I will do, but how I will do? I will take first A bar. A bar, I will take A bar. Okay? Then I will take B bar. Hello, are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Then I will take B bar. But this time when I take B bar, see here I connected all the tails of the vector. Here I connected all the tails of the vector. Now here I will take the tail of the vector and keep it at the tail. B bar. Then I will take C bar. See this C bar as it is I will take. C bar. Hello, are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Then I will take D bar as it is I will take D bar. I will take D bar. Got it?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Then what I will do? I will take the tail of A bar and connect it to the tip of D bar. And this is nothing but the result. The same result. So this is called polygon law of application. Simple law.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Children, physics is the, see, in this whole world, the easiest subject is science. Adragu, ekdam easiest subject andre physics. Physics hengada andre cycle hodada. Cycle balance maduvata bhari trasu. Ayyo, hingo, bidre. Once you know how to balance, arey wow, yen mashkiri cycle mein. One kai bitte, innond kai bitte, one kaal bitte, innond kaal bitte, mast. With lifted feet, hands still I am poised, and down the hill I go like a bird, swifter and swifter. Okay, the air goes by like a wind. You can start singing and you can rejoice a cycle. Balance madumata ashta kashta. So, if you learn how to learn physics, and start learning physics like that, physics becomes the easiest subject. But if you learn physics like history, geography, then it is the most difficult subject in this universe. This is all. Okay friends, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Huh.
Yes, sir.